In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine.
Thanks a lot for joining us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Greetings to you wherever in the world you are tuning in and listening to the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. I'm Dervan Malcolm. It's good to have you on board, and we thank you very much for your listenership and support. As usual, we'll be featuring the work of Jamaicans at home and abroad. And we look forward to your full participation. We want to get things going, though, by sharing with you some of the stories of the week here on Power 106 FM and indeed in Jamaica in terms of current affairs. So we want to take a look now, first of all, at what's in the Gleaner. Let's see what we have here now on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. And looking forward to what's on the front page of the Gleaner. Descendants of enslaved Africans should manage £100 million fund, says the Archbishop of Canterbury. That's one of the stories. And just double checking here. All right, so it's a clear case of the e-Gleaner, not it needs to be updated. So we'll allow the system to do that automatically. In the meantime, we continue with more on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. And we are going to look at another side of the flow of fundraisers. Let's start that for the time being because the e-Gleaner hasn't been updated just yet. So we could give you the top stories, but we'll do a refresher to see if and when it's updated. In the meantime, though, Hurricane Beryl disaster relief continues here at home in Jamaica. Financial donations have been coming in as well, and there are different channels, official channels, that you can, in fact, check with the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, and they will be able to direct you as well. So that's a busy area of support from the diaspora. In the meantime, other activities in the diaspora right now: Victoria Park Carnival London 24 is happening from the 26th to the 28th of July. And there's a big fundraiser happening for the Wolmer's Alumni Association Toronto chapter, inviting members of the diaspora to the old ball game. And that's Toronto Blue Jays versus World Series champions. And this will be at the Rogers Center, section 237. Limited seats. And this takes place tomorrow, Sunday, the 28th of July at 1:30 in the afternoon. The cost is 65 Canadian dollars. And you can send it via e-transfer to treasurer.woolmersto@gmail.com. It's an opportunity, they tell us, to reconnect with classmates and friends. Free Junior Jays activities start at 11:30 a.m. That's tomorrow. Coming up on the 2nd of August, let's see what we have here. The Ontario Steel Pan Association hosting Panorama, Toronto Panorama, Keeping Pan Alive. Keeping Pan Alive. And this is another of the fundraisers. VIP tickets, 85 Canadian dollars. Early bird adults, 45 Canadian dollars. Regular adults, 50, seniors, 30, children, 20. And they have good support, it seems, from Toronto Carnival, Grace, and other official brands. So let's come now to MHS Alumni Toronto, inviting all to a dinner fundraiser benefit. And this is scheduled for Saturday, the 3rd of August, 7 o'clock in the evening. And it's $100 per person. The Jamaican Canadian Association, like Jamaica, is celebrating 62 years. So the Jamaica as an independent nation is as old as the Jamaican Canadian Association. And so there is some celebration to come. Sunday, the 4th of August at midday, 995 Arrow Road in North York, Ontario, Canada. There will be, which will feature the One Love Extravaganza, Jamaica 62 book, One Love, Me Place a Yard. Greetings, JCA to Jamaica photo spot. Ceremony and raising the flag and musical celebration. And this will be, well, we'll come back and tell you in just a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
6:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 2:15 p.m. in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.
Big money bingo! It's here again when the RG Arena Netballers present Big Money Bingo with Vincent Casanova. Win big cash prizes of $100,000 from our sponsors: Carrot Choice Pharmacy, Black Diamond Funeral Services and Supplies, Affirm Ambulance Service, Globe Scope Travel Vacations, and 876 Nurses. Prizes and surprises from Cows Manufacturing Company, the Educational Network. Get your tickets now at RG Arena 32 Lyndhurst Road and the Dana Company for only $1,500. Only $1,500. Big Money Bingo! Friday, August 2, 2024 at 7 North Street. You hear? August 2, 7 North Street, starting at 7 p.m. with DJ Zaya. Enough vibes, prizes, and surprises at Big Money Bingo! Get an early start to your back-to-school preparations with the Argentina Communications Group Back to School Bazaar. Saturday, July 27, starting at 9 a.m. Dervan House South Lawn will transform into your back-to-school headquarters with everything you need for the new school year. Books, bags, lunch kits, stationery, art supplies, school shoes, and a whole lot more at the best prices. Plus fun for the whole family and giveaways all day. Saturday, July 27. Book your booth spaces now. Call our marketing department at 926-1100. That's 926-1100. Sponsored by Chris and Charles Investments, Overseas Examination Commission, the Students' Loan Bureau, Consumer Affairs Commission, Old MacDonald Farms, Jamaica Civil Service Association, Kendall, Digicel Foundation, Lysol, Sammy's Shoe Store, Sanctus Bookstores, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go,
Thanks a lot for staying with us on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we're going through the list of activities, events, fundraisers with implications for the Jamaicans at home and abroad. And so there's a Jamaica 62th service of Thanksgiving to celebrate independence. And this is scheduled for Sunday, the 4th of August at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the West Toronto Church of God, 1655 Wilson Avenue in North York, Ontario. The participating clergy, Bishop Wayne Vernon of the West Toronto Church of God, Reverend Jermaine Loveless, St. Mark's Presbyterian Church, Pastor Chris Simpson of Faith Sanctuary, Pastor Betty Cooper of the World Deliverance Ministry, and Pastor Adrian Wallace out of Philadelphia Seventh-day Adventist Church. Another of the events, Pan in the Park, August the 4th. That takes place on the 4th of August at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and running until 10 in the night. That's Nielsen Park in Scarborough, 1555 Nielsen Road, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And there will be live DJ and steel band music, competitive performances, kids fun area, food and refreshments on sale, artisan marketplace, and the whole family is invited. Free fun for the whole family and more. Grace is one of the sponsors and also sponsored by the organizers of Toronto Carnival. Jambana One World Festival is on, celebrating Emancipation Day, and this will feature Fab Five, Kirk Diamond, and the movement of Ariel or Ariel. Also, Joshua Lucas, Specs the Boss, Amoy, Resolution, that's the band, hosted by Master T and Nate. And it all happens on August 5, 1 to 9 p.m., free. Chingakauzi Park in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Music, vendors, family fun, and a taste of the Caribbean. And this is Brampton, Ontario, Canada. And then there is Jerkfest happening in Toronto, the Jerksome Fest, Jerk Summer Fest. That's what it is. And this will take place in Centennial Park in Etobicoke, Ontario. And all are encouraged to get their tickets now and check out the lineup of entertainers. The queen of them all, Marcia Griffiths, she's featured, and Ding Dong and Farmer Nappy, etc. And let's see, here's another reminder of another JCA 62 event, the 62nd Jamaica Independence Anniversary Gala is scheduled for Saturday, the 10th of August. The keynote speaker, Chris Campbell, president of Carpenters Union. Event hosts, Kashani or Kashane Denton and Adoma Patterson. This is the JCA at 62, honoring our legacy, empowering our future. Saturday, August 10, 6 o'clock in the evening. The Arsenals will be performing, as well as elite dancers. It will all unfold at the Jamaica Canadian Centre at 995 Arrow Road in North York, Ontario, Canada. And there'll be dinner and dance. The Jamaica Canada Benefit Concert Jamaica Cries Out for Help is the umbrella under which this will be taking place. It's a hurricane benefit concert featuring Dave McLaughlin, and let's tell you who else will be on board. All right, let's see. You know how it is with the technology. Sometimes you touch something and something else comes up or disappears. All right, let's see if we can bring it back. Let's see if we can bring it back. I think this is it. Right. Or is it? All right, let's go to the other events and come back to that. Save the date. This is Meadowbrook High School now. Meadowbrook High School Alumni Ontario. Save the date Autumn Gala Dinner Dance. Scheduled for St. Peter and Paul Banquet Hall at 215 Milner Avenue in Scarborough, Ontario. Here comes another one. Ver Technical Alumni Association Toronto chapter having their reunion 2024. And for more information, you can go to vertechalumni.ca. vertechalumni.ca. And this is scheduled for Saturday, the 14th of September. So you have a little time. And cocktails at 6 o'clock in the evening. This is at East End. Dinner at 7:30 p.m. Music by Rough Cut with DJ Fitz. Performance by MC Marcia Brown with the Jamaica Players, Diane James, and looks like Damai, saxophonist. And this will be at the Panamont Banquet and Convention Center, 220 Humberline Drive, Etobicoke, Ontario. That's Finch Avenue West, Humberline Drive. And additional parking will be at the back. 2024 Reggae North Music Awards scheduled for the 29th of September. The Rose Theatre, 1 Theatre Lane in Brampton, Ontario. The doors open at 4 in the afternoon. The awards ceremony at 6 o'clock in the evening. Ticket sales have long started. Hope you have gotten your tickets. The Reggae North Radio is also being featured, Canada's premier 24/7 online reggae and dancehall radio. Essence of Mind is also hosting an event. It's the Essence of Mind Outreach Stimulus 11th Annual Fundraising Gala. And this is scheduled for the 19th of October. And we're encouraged to save the date. Similar situation with the Jamaica Ex-Soldiers Association Toronto. They're hosting their annual fundraising banquet Saturday, the 2nd of November at Woodbine Convention Center. Now to the St. Andrew Old Girls Association Toronto chapter. They're calling all their past students to their fundraiser. They tell us the association needs their help. And it's a call. St. Andrew Old Girls Association, your school needs you now more than ever. Also, the Feed the Future, Food for the Poor Canada, Feed the Future initiative is still on, where we're encouraged to make a tax-deductible donation to help the students end campus hunger among Jamaican university students. Smart students, brilliant students, bright students, but there are nutrition issues because of an inability to find breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We're going to take the break and come back with more in just a moment.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
6:30 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 2:30 p.m. in Kiev, Ukraine.
This message is brought to you by the Jamaica Environment Trust. We have a right to a healthy environment. At the last, so don't break our limit. Anybody who pollute cause they got them. Don't just watch it, you have to report them.
We need clean air to breathe, good healthy food to eat, grown clean and naturally. We have to take responsibility.
Excessive deforestation, burning garbage, dust and noise creation is an unlawful violation. We have to practice conservation. We have a right to a healthy environment. And the law, so don't break our limit. If you have an issue, make a complaint. Let's work together to protect Jamaica. We have a right to a healthy environment. And the law, so don't break our limit. We have to do a part to keep the place clean and take care of our island safe.
We all have a right to a healthy and clean environment. Report any issues to the authorities if you feel your rights have been breached. Call the Jamaica Environment Trust for more information.
Attention all teachers, parents, and students. Are you ready for back to school? Well, come on out and join Power 106 FM
from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
for a live outside broadcast from the RJR Green Communications Group Back to School Bazaar, Saturday, July 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Tune into Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, go-jamaica.com, or on the One Spot Media app. That's Saturday, June 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Come out in your numbers and have a great time. This broadcast is brought to you by Chris and Charles. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Overseas Examination Commission, Jamaica's Examinations Hub, Kendall. The Taste of Quality, Teach Yourself Foundation, Sammy's Shoe Store, The Shoe People, Ministry of Health and Wellness, HPV for the MPV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Wherever you go, shine. In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know, shine. Anything you want to be.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and as usual, we're using the early morning time to share some of the events, the upcoming fundraisers. This is how members of the diaspora are able to fill the needs of those who lack certain resources. And so we have been sharing some of these fundraisers with the hope that they will be supported. And then once they are supported, it means the funds will go to the relevant organizations, institutions, and individuals. So that's what we've been doing for starters. And then we'll have the interviews coming up later on. So let's just clear some of these, some more of these flyers. This one scheduled for August 24. This is Glenmuir High School Past Students Association, Toronto. Their annual dinner dance gala is coming up on Saturday, the 24th of August. Contribution $100 Canadian. The event will be at St. Peter and Paul Banquet Hall at 213 Milner Avenue in Scarborough, Ontario. And that's Canada, of course. So that's one date that needs to be saved. There's the Heart of Gold Foundation presenting Caribbean Food Fest and Family Fun Day. Vendors booth available, we're told. So if you have family members, friends, colleagues who have micro enterprises which sees them featured at events as vendors, etc., then here's your opportunity. That's the Heart of Gold Foundation presenting Caribbean Food Fest and Family Fun Day. It's adults $50, teens $20, and that's Canadian dollars. Lots of attractions and entertainment. And they are promoting early bird tickets as well. And there's a raffle, or there will be a raffle, prizes and surprises, free vacations to the Caribbean. And for tickets, you can call 647-688-5894. All right, let's move to another of these fundraisers. We've touched on Meadowbrook. I think we have Meadowbrook High School Alumni Ontario. Their autumn gala dinner dance is coming up on the 14th of September. Let's see. Yeah, that's just about it. That's just about it in terms of events, fundraisers, and remember the Hurricane Beryl Relief Benefit Concert that, well, I'm asking if you remember the Beryl Relief Benefit Concert. Well, that took place and it was a huge success. That was on Thursday, the 18th of July at 6 o'clock in the evening at the Jamaican Canadian Center. And donations are still being accepted. And this is under the auspices of the Jamaican High Commission at 350 Spark Street, Suite 910 in Ottawa, Ontario. And also participating, Dr. June Francis out of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and Mrs. Colleen Nita in Edmonton is another of the honorary consuls who ensure that things go according to plan. And so Honorary Consul Dr. Loy Stewart Archer in Winnipeg, Manitoba, is overseeing operations in Winnipeg. And then the community associations, the Jamaican Canadian Association Toronto, the Jamaican Canadian Association Alberta, Calgary, and the Jamaican Association of Northern Alberta, Edmonton. And there's also the Jamaica Association of Montreal. And there's still the call as well for support for Food for the Poor Canada. All right, so those are some of the notices that we have shared, both for Jamaicans at home and abroad, well, mostly abroad in terms of the fundraisers, but they're no less needed. It's all a part of assisting those who are in need so that funds can be raised and the needs are satisfied. So we thank all those who continue to attend these multiple events in the diaspora so that so that the members of the diaspora and those here in Jamaica will have the benefit of the events. Also, we are taking note of the events that take place in the diaspora to see if there can be some synergies. But another time we'll talk about that. And right now we're going to get ready for our first segment in terms of interviews. I, myself, and other members of our team made the journey to and through Manchester, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and so we had the opportunity to view firsthand the devastation of Hurricane Beryl, and it was quite something. We took note of the fact that sections of Holland bamboo, as had been the case before in terms of not being as lush and flush with leaves and greenery and so on and so forth. And we noticed that there are sections that perhaps will be replanted, but it's quite a massive undertaking. We did see one or two units with the JPS logo or stickers that were trying to effect restoration as well. But there is still a lot of work to be done. And the people are still up and about and doing what they have to do and taking care of themselves and their families. So yesterday there was an event, the launch of, well, let me back up a bit. One of the areas that needs attention is that area of having the hurricane straps and using the hurricane straps to firmly connect the and I'm not a construction expert, but that section of a building, the let's just say the crown of the building, which should be connected in a resilient way, so that when the hurricane systems are trying to separate the two, that they don't win. That is the idea. but it has to be, they have to follow the construction technique and practice in order to get the best out of the system. So there's a mascot called Strappy. He's going to be the mascot, or is the mascot, for promoting the proper use of the straps for the roofs. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 8:45 a.m. in Hamilton, Bermuda.
Whether you're overseas or in Jamaica, everybody wants their little piece of yard. Well, that's where a JMMB back mortgage comes in. With JMMB, you'll get more support, more incentives, more benefits, more coverage with JMMB insurance brokers. And also, we give you more time to repay. Your JMMB mortgage expert will answer all of your questions and guide you through every step along the journey. You're not alone with JMMB. Contact us at info@jmmb.com and learn how you can get more than just a mortgage. Shop in ease and comfort at Music Mart. Get everything music: pianos, keyboards, acoustic and electric guitars, drums, amplifiers, recording equipment, instruction texts, and reference books. Shop online at www.musicmart.biz or visit 8 South Avenue, Kingston 10, or call 876-960-7712. Music Mart, Jamaica's only complete music store.
Over the last 2 weeks, we've witnessed how 1-1 Quaker can full basket. Your small contribution has made a big difference in the lives of those who have been most impacted by Hurricane Beryl. And the drive continues, this time at the Cross Keys High School in South Manchester. We're collecting non-perishable food items, tin goods, water, toiletries, batteries, flashlights, whatever you can afford to assist our fellow Jamaicans in Manchester. Drop off at RJR Gleaner 32 Lyndhurst Road or at 7 North Street, Kingston by midday on Saturday, July 27th. We are on the road to recovery. Together we can. We will make it happen.
Are you looking for a powerful platform to promote your business in North America or the UK? Look no further than The Gleaner. Reach the diaspora and ignite brand awareness through our geo-targeted publications. Call 876-922-3400 or your Gleaner representative to explore the available options and book your ads. Or email us at advertising@gleanerjm.com. Actualize your brand's potential today with The Gleaner, where life unfolds.
Right, so we were sharing the information that features Strappy, the friendly hurricane strap mascot. So we're being invited to meet Strappy, Strappy, our friendly hurricane strap mascot, which is used to promote hurricane preparedness through safer roofing measures. Strappy was born out of the vision of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, along with the support from the Department for International Development, DFID, under the Tropical Storm Gustav Recovery Project. Prior to the Atlantic hurricane season, the ODPEM highlights hurricane preparedness during the month of May and embarks on a series of activities with an aim to increase public awareness to minimize potential risks that this hazard may cause. Strappy, the hurricane strap mascot, is around to remind Jamaicans of the significance of hurricane preparedness measures, and they're encouraging the public to strap them down. So that is the essence of it. So they have done their homework, their research, and they have identified where the weaknesses are, and they have been putting in place, and they continue to put in place measures that will lead to a reduction in devastation, the level of devastation, and the extent to which losses are incurred. So don't lose sight of Strappy, whatever we do. I don't think, though, that we have, there's a general understanding of what to do, when to do, and how to do based on their training. And they pass on those skills to members of the team so that they can effectively update and inform others. So it's like passing it on. And so all right, I think we are going to wrap this in just a moment here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. So let's take a music break just for a moment. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Coming up in a few minutes, we will hear from representatives of the Jamaican Howard University Affinity Network, and we will be speaking with Don Christian, the chairman of J1, Jhuan, and Daniel McIntosh, a J1 scholar, will be speaking with us as well. And let's not forget Daniel, who will be joining us, Daniel McIntosh of J1, the Jamaica Howard, as in Howard University, Jamaica Howard University Affinity Network, J1. So we're going to see if we can get our guests on the line in a little while. So while we are getting those connections together. Let's just go back to Strappy for a moment, just as a reminder. So they have the kids version of Strappy as well, not just to encourage both adults and children to keep Strappy front of mind, especially during the hurricane season. And so there's a section of the website which was created to help the children to learn, plan, and prepare for any disaster that could be at hand, whether in our homes, schools, or communities. So that's another feature of this Strappy initiative. So Strappy is aimed at promoting. Strappy is the mascot, and the aim is to promote hurricane preparedness through safer roofing measures, as we have said. Strappy was born out of the vision of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, and the team yesterday hosted an awareness campaign and the grand launch of Strappy, our friendly hurricane strap mascot, our friendly hurricane strap mascot. And so the idea is to have it front of mind so that especially those of us who are in the business of construction or just a regular householder might take a little more than just to strap it and forget it, but it's more than that. It's more than that. So we trust this will be another successful campaign for Strappy, our official mascot, the Hurricane Strap mascot, with his lumber hard hat, tool pan, and of course the strap. Don't forget the strap, Strappy. They have also organized a word game because, again, they want it to be as child-friendly as possible. So you get the children playing games and doing so with Strappy in mind. And it was a very successful event yesterday in the park in Black River, St. Elizabeth. In the meantime, though, we're getting ready for our feature, the J1 feature, Jamaica Howard University Affinity Network. So that's coming up in just a moment here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. And in the meantime, as you browse Strappy, use the opportunity to acquire information as well, as in, For example, having a greater level of awareness when it comes to shelters, for example, that you know where your shelter is located in the event of a hurricane, for example. Let's take the break and come back with the J1 discussion.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is, let's check it out. It's 5 o'clock in the morning in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Taxpayers. Select tax offices will be open this month and Saturday for your convenience. Conduct motor vehicle transactions, pay property tax or traffic tickets, renew your driver's license, or drop off the relevant documents at any of the following locations: St. Andrew, St. Anne's Bay, Montego Bay, Mandeville, or Savannah Lamar from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Portmore office remains open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit www.jamaicatax.gov.jm or call 888-TAX-HELP for details. Tax Administration Jamaica, changing the way we do business.
Big money bingo! It's here again when the RG Arena Netballers present Big Money Bingo with Vincent Casanova. Win big cash prizes of $100,000 from our sponsors: Carrot Choice Pharmacy, Black Diamond Funeral Services and Supplies, Affirm Ambulance Service, Globe Scope Travel Vacations, and 876 Nurses. Prizes and surprises from Cows Manufacturing Building, the Educational Network. Get your tickets now at RG Arena, 32 Lyndhurst Road, and the Greener Company for only $1,500. Only $1,500. Big Money Bingo! Friday, August 2, 2024 at 7 North Street. You hear? August 2, 7 North Street, starting at 7 p.m. with DJ Sega. Enough vibes, prizes, and surprises at Big Money Bingo!
In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know, just shine. Anything you want to be.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. And thank you very much for joining us. We see your message, Kevin Galloway. Welcome back to you, Ambassador. Oh, you're very kind. Friends and relatives among all, blessed be the Lord God of Israel from the time that it was until now. Blessings to you in Jesus Christ's holy name, writes Galloway Kevin. Thank you, Galloway Kevin. And Karen Rowe says, good morning and happy Sabbath to you, Sir Malcolm, and all tuning in. Happy Sabbath to you too. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online. So let's greet the members of the team, the J1 team. So we welcome the chairman of J1, Mr. Don Christian. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan. How you doing, sir?
I am fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Also joining us, we have Danielle McIntosh. Good morning. How are you?
are you?
I am fine, thanks. So, Don Christian, can you remind those of us who know and enlighten those who don't of the organization known as J1 for short, the Jamaica Howard University Affinity Network?
Well, Dervan, I'm always excited to talk about J1, and good morning to everyone. And thank you for taking some time to listen to our story. So J1 has a very clear mission to provide scholarships, mentorship, and other forms of support to Jamaican students attending Howard University. We've been in our operations now for 6 years, and we have awarded a number of scholarships over the last several years, totaling over 175,000 US dollars now.
Mm-hmm.
And what we have realized is that no matter how hard we work, the needs are so great that we are motivated and inspired to keep doing this work, to try to raise more funds for these students and to expand the opportunities for them, both in the United States as well as in Jamaica as well. So the work continues, Dervan. We're so excited to have identified 25 more students to award this fall.
25?
So we've selected just 25 students that we're going to be awarding scholarships to, totaling over just over $85,000 thereabouts. So we're very, very excited about this year's class as well, and have set us another goal of raising another $100,000 to support even more students. And I'll tell you a quick story after I give a pause here on why this matters so much.
Sure.
So we had a letter from a young lady, and I think this is symptomatic of the challenge that we face. And she wrote us a very thoughtful note expressing her disappointment that she was not one of the awardees for the upcoming year. And she also noted that she had applied for the scholarship in prior years. And for those who may not know, it is a competitive scholarship because there's so many needs, right? We have over 120 applications for typically 25 students. And when we looked at her file, she was compelling. There was no reason for her that she wouldn't have been awarded a scholarship, except for the fact that there were a few applications that were a bit stronger than hers. And so as I sat back and we actually wrote her a letter and let her know, what that did for me was, first of all, let me know that this matters to people, because her communication to us was heartfelt and thoughtful, that we will never have enough funds unless we have a miracle overnight about how to fill this gap. And so it became even more important, Dervan, for us to be able to spread the word and to continue to evangelize that these students are not ordinary. These are difference makers, game changers, people who are trying to change their lives and make a difference in the world. And they deserve our attention, they deserve our time, and they deserve our money. So, Dervan, that's my short story for this morning.
It's quite a compelling one. Thank you very much, Don Christian. Let's have a word now from Daniel McIntosh, one of the J1 scholars. So, Daniel, how did you hear about J1 in the first place?
Hi, good morning again. So, when I joined Howard in 2021, I was greeted by a number of members of the Jamaican community, and they invited us to different events. So the members of the J1 Scholarship Organization are very active at Howard University. Like, they frequently reach out, ensure that, if Jamaican students need anything, whether it's support, mentorship, they reach out and they're very active. So that's how I was able to originally hear about the scholarship fund, through their involvement on campus.
And how As far as you are aware and you have experienced, how does it work?
Well, as far as I'm aware, it is a application to a form. So you fill out a form, and if you're approved, you go through different interview rounds, and then you learn if you were accepted or if you receive a scholarship.
Mm-hmm. And how was the process for you? I mean, how does it? Just walk us through. I mean, that's you've been doing that, but just in terms of the general atmosphere and uh, relating to the interviewers, for example.
Well, over the years, I've built a good relationship with the interviewers because they're so involved. Most of the people I spoke to, it wasn't my first time seeing their face or hearing their voice. So the conversation was able to flow really well. Like I recall during the interview process, they asked me about how I plan to give back to Jamaica, or what defines my success. So the questions that they asked were very relevant, and the interview process was very smooth.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So, Don Christian, what's on the agenda right now in terms of your priorities and your schedule of activities as an organization?
End of July, our annual fundraising event, Hues of Blues, is coming up in September, and we're looking to essentially let everyone know that we are in the fundraising mode, both online donations to our platform at jhuan.org to raise funds in support of this year's scholarship class. The annual dinner will be held, as it usually is, at the residence of the Jamaican ambassador to the United States, Her Excellency the Honorable Audrey Marks, and it will be a reception type evening with some small entertainment and an opportunity to meet, greet, and interact with our scholarship awardee winners. So that event is going to be happening in September. And leading up to that, Dervan, our goal is really to feature outstanding scholars like Danielle and others who have gone on this journey. What she didn't say is that she has a full-time job now at Microsoft, and that she studied engineering, and that she's brilliant.
Wow.
And that the lessons that she has learned in interacting with us has also shown her commitment to philanthropy and giving back.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's what kind of distinguishes some of these students from each other. But I would never really say anything about them other than they all are deserving. It is such a heartfelt process when I get the call from our chair of the scholarship committee, who has both members of the executive team as well as volunteers that interview these students. It's typically a primary and a secondary review, typically interviewer, and then they share with me the outcomes and the results. And every time we have that call, it's a mixed call. It's one of these calls where you're so excited about the caliber, and we profile the caliber of who we're looking at. First-time scholarship award winners, repeat scholarship award winners, their GPA, the activities that they're involved in, the leadership roles that they've taken on. So it's a joyous occasion. And then we have the other side of that occasion, where we sit back and go, boy, Don, we could have given out 15 more scholarships. Boy, Don, easily, we wouldn't even have to blink if it was 20 more, right? Mm-hmm. So when will we get to a point in time where, we're at a position where, our students can be free of the type of financial obligation and taxing obligation, I would say that it is, for them and their families to be able to afford an education at Howard University, which is, by its nature, relatively a bargain in today's environment for the quality of the education that you get. But nonetheless, it is very, very expensive. So Dervan, Hues of Blue coming up here in September. We're going to tell you a lot more about the order of the events, what we're doing coming up here soon. But right now we are out here telling the world and telling everybody that come join this community, come join this movement to create, inspire, support the energy that is required to propel these young people on another trajectory to make a difference in the world here and in Jamaica. And I can't wait. You know what I'm waiting on, Dervan? I'm so excited for what happens 10 years from now, because we will have had now a cohort or 2 or 3 that will be not only graduates, but, making meaningful impacts in their lives. And I can't wait till they become another generation of J1 leaders and executives to continue to propel this organization forward.
One moment, please.
Yeah.
One moment. Just a moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes past 7 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 12:15 p.m. in Bamako, Mali.
Feeling stuck in endless paperwork to secure a small business loan from a bank? Access Financial Services can unlock your growth with an SME loan. Borrow up to $20 million with easy requirements and fast approvals. Whether you are ready to boost productive capacity, get working capital, or acquire real estate, say goodbye to the hassle and hello to growth. Grow your business with an SME loan up to $20 million from Access Financial Services. Call 876-929-9253 or visit accessfinanceonline.com. Conditions apply.
Get an early start to your back-to-school preparations with the RGR Cleaner Communications Group Back to School Bazaar, Saturday, July 27th, starting at 9 a.m. Dervan House South Lawn will transform into your back-to-school headquarters with everything you need for the new school year. Books, bags, lunch kits, stationery, art supplies, school shoes, and a whole lot more at the best prices. Plus fun for the whole family and giveaways all day. Saturday, July 27th. Book your booth spaces now. Call our marketing department at 926-1100. That's 926-1100. Sponsored by Chris and Charles Investments, Overseas Examination Commission, the Students' Loan Bureau, Consumer Affairs Commission, Old MacDonald Farms, Jamaica Civil Service Association, Kendall, Digicel Foundation, Lysol, Sammy's Shoe Store, Sanctus Bookstores, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We were just featuring the work of J1, the Jamaica Howard University Affinity Network, as they look forward to fundraisers that will make a difference in the lives of impressionable, young, aspiring, budding ladies and gentlemen. So that's where it's at right now. You were saying, Don Christian, that you are excited by the prospects for 10 years from now or something to that effect. You were saying.
Yeah, excited about seeing this next generation of leaders, because we've been around for 5 years. So you think about, people who have now graduated in the last 2-3 years, 10 years from now, what they're going to be doing, how they're going to be taking up this call to order and pushing the organization even further forward. And I do want to highlight a couple things that are special about this year for us. You may recall that, one of our supporters and an inspiration to so many of us was a gentleman by the name of Bancroft Gordon, popularly known as Banky. And Banky was an outstanding Howard University student athlete who went on to have a law degree from Harvard University and went on to be an executive number of organizations, most recently at Marriott Corporation. And we created the inaugural Bancroft Gordon Scholarships last year in memory and to honor somebody that we thought was an exemplar for all that we do. And we're very, very proud to have selected 2 students from the top of our class who will be recognized as Bancroft S. Gordon Scholars and the inaugural scholars for this year. And our plan is to continue to fund 2 of those scholarships at least every year going forward in perpetuity. So congratulations to the team on moving forward with that, and congratulations to the very, very deserving J1 Scholar winners, and especially those that are the Bancroft Gordon Scholars as well. So.
And speaking of J1 scholarship winners, let's have another word from Daniel McIntosh. Daniel, in terms of the what this scholarship means to you, how would you characterize that experience?
This was probably the most meaningful scholarship that I received while at Howard. J1 really allowed me to focus less on financing my education so that I could focus more on getting the best education possible. I remember during the commencement ceremony at my graduation, I remembered that the speaker said that one of the bravest things that someone can do is leave their home country to travel to a brand new country to gain an education on their own. Many students leave Jamaica and they come to the US in this pursuit of a good education, a bright future. And it is hard. Students leave, they're not entirely sure about their financial situation, but they try their best to get a good education, get good grades, like take care of themselves financially, take care of themselves physically. Some students have to go, medical issues come up, different like financial situations come up. So when students receive these scholarships, they're grateful because, it takes away some of the burden so that they can focus more on getting the best quality education, taking advantage of the different facilities and the different just benefits of their education institution. So they can focus less on trying to make sure that, they have enough in their account to be able to pay off their balance at school. So it's hard for students to leave their home country. So J1 has not only helped to relieve some of the financial burden, but they've also been there with us throughout our entire time at Howard. Even if you're not a scholarship recipient, you can reach out to different members of the scholarship committee for support in the form of mentorship, or just if you're having a rough day, you can call these people and they're always willing to share their stories of how maybe they had a rough time or a rough experience with a professor. And they're always willing to give some kind of support because it is extremely hard to leave your home country to study in a brand new country on your own. So I'd like to encourage any Jamaicans who can probably relate, if maybe you studied abroad and you understand how difficult it can be, to give back, give to some of these students, help to reduce some of the financial burden that they may be facing when they study abroad, so that, they may be encouraged to pay the way forward. When they graduate, like myself, I am actually encouraged to give back to J1 because I really love what they're doing. I'm extremely grateful for the support that I received while at Howard, and I want to ensure that the next generation will receive this support and even more support.
Yes. And Don Christian, I can imagine at times when you, I don't know if you say no to the students, whatever the expression is, that you perhaps feel a little sad when an impressionable scholar is unable to take up that opportunity, to get that opportunity. They miss the opportunity for one reason or another. That must be a sad moment whenever that happens.
Indeed. And I think that as I was just reflecting, I want to share with our audience that we are a great investment. We're a great investment because how we interact, engage with these students. And I wanted to emphasize separating the scholarship apart. We try to welcome them from the day that they decide to come to Howard University. We host a welcome reception now in Jamaica. We just had one earlier this month, actually, July 13th or so, hosted at another Howard Graduates Home in Jamaica. We invite the parents, we invite the siblings, we invite the students, we invite alumni, both and current students at Howard, to join up and to share that experience with incoming families, and to also connect us across these generations. People who have, as they're introducing themselves, said, I went to Howard long time ago, meaning, probably before the 80s, to current students. And we welcome them then. We do a coat drive in the fall because we know many people don't appreciate the significant change in temperature that they may experience in the winter. We do impromptu meals where sometimes we know students are hungry. We might just drop off, 24 dishes or something to that effect. So there's a lot going on. So what we would love is first just acknowledge who you're serving. You're not just serving students at Howard. You're serving Jamaican students who come from all over the island. They represent different schools and colleges, and I know so many of you are loyal to your schools. Please consider this a platform. We have kids from Immaculate, Campion, Wilmers, from all different schools in across Jamaica that are applying for these opportunities at Howard University. We'd love corporations to consider us as an organization that you can donate to. In the U.S., there's a mechanism to do that for charitable purposes, right? So we want you to recognize that J1 is here. We're building, we're growing. We need your support. We want to serve more. We want to make even a bigger difference and a bigger impact. And we can only do that with your volunteerism. We can only do that with your financial support. And we can only do that with your encouragement and giving us opportunities like you have, Dervan, to take our message out to the public and to further ingratiate them in our journey, So.
Absolutely. The organization has been doing great work. There's no question about that. And we're always happy to share your story with Jamaica, the diaspora, and the rest of the world. But before we have to wrap, I want to give you an opportunity to tell us what it has meant for you and the other volunteers with J1 in achieving all that the organization has been achieving.
Well, first of all, I couldn't be more grateful for everyone who has supported our organization to date. There are businesses, a few companies here and there, but mostly individuals who have really stretched to contribute. And for all of us who are part of this, we would probably not have thought this is where we'd be on day one, because we just started with a very simple goal, as I stated before. We had no funds, no momentum. After 5 years, we have raised and awarded over $254,000 US to over 64 plus students. So we know that we have the ability to make this difference. But for us, the reason why we're doing it, while the majority of us are all Howard graduates and the majority of us are Jamaican, it's not all of us. The people who are connected to us are people who have had family go to Howard, an uncle, aunt, or somebody, and who just felt compelled by the mission and wanted to, re-engage and commit to time and for volunteerism. So for those of you that want to volunteer or certainly want to donate, please contact and interact with us at jhuan.org. Please support the upcoming Hues of Blue event, which will be September 21st. We'll provide more information, but if you click on that, you can donate broadly to the organization. You can buy tickets to support that event when they become available here soon, and you can also just make a donation in our support through that platform as well. But this is our work. It's joyous work. It's inspiring work. We put each other forward, and I had an opportunity to say what really think we're focused on is that it's not just about giving; it's about connecting to a community. So whenever you think about J1, think about a community, think about people, think about love, think about the difference we're trying to make, and stretch a little further. Give us a little bit more, as you said, Dervan. Every make like a muckle.
That's right.
So.
Well. Thank you so much, Don Christian, and Danielle. Well done to you as well. So far, so good, but still some distance to go.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. All the very best. Thank you so much for the opportunity to tell your stories. Much obliged, and we wish you all the success that life has to offer. And
Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you for your listening.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye. Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
7:31 in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 8:32 in the evening in Beijing, China.
Attention all teachers, parents, and students. Are you ready for back to school? Well, come on out and join Power 106 FM
from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
for a live outside broadcast from the RJR Glee Communications Group Back to School Bazaar, Saturday, July 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Tune in to Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, go-jamaica.com, or on the One Spot Media app. That's Saturday, June 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Come out in your numbers and have a great time. This broadcast is brought to you by Chris and Charles. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Overseas Examination Commission, Jamaica's Examinations Hub, Kendall, The Taste of Quality, Digicel Foundation, Sammy's Shoe Store, The Shoe People, Ministry of Health and Wellness, HPV for the MPV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hey Jamaica, That's a Wrap comes to you live from Cross Keys High this Sunday. Tune in to hear how you can help our brothers and sisters in Clarendon pick up the pieces after Hurricane Beryl. That's an extended version of That's a Wrap this Sunday, starting at 6 FM.
Join your favorite nighttime show, Dear Pastor, with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas, Monday to Thursday from 9 to 11 p.m. Call in or text in and have great discussions with Dear Pastor as we exchange views on a range of subjects. That's Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Damas, Monday to Thursday from 9 to 11 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, and go-jamaica.com.
Wherever you go,
in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks.
Wherever you go, shine.
You need to know, shine. Anything you want to be. You give me hope. Shine. Oh, shine. Shine like that.
Oh, that's what you have? Okay. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we want to use the opportunity in this segment to feature Grace Virtue and her work. Yes, same Grace Virtue. And we are anxious to get that conversation going right now here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM as we continue to showcase, feature, and highlight the stories and generally the work of Jamaicans at home and abroad. So we're just trying to make sure we get the connections right so that we can get the conversation going here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. And we're getting that together. Bear with us, please, as we continue to feature Jamaicans at home and abroad. And we're delighted to have joining us Dr. Grace Virtue, Leadership Development Consultant, author, Old House and Redneck Ties. Old House and Redneck Ties. So let's say hello, good morning, and welcome to Dr. Grace Virtue. Hi, how are you?
Mr. Malcolm, good morning. I am very well, thank you. Very beautiful Saturday morning here. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. Where have you been and how have you been?
I have been doing very well. On my toes, running around as usual. But,
Getting the job done.
Trying hard to get the job done, and I'd say succeeding most of the time, you know?
That's good to hear. Very encouraging.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, is this your first publication?
Actually, no. This is my second publication. My first book came out in 2009. It's currently off the market, but it's about to be updated to re-enter the market.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yes, yes. It was more a parenting book, a collection of 30 essays. It was not a how-to book because I am really not interested in telling people how to, but it was more about, starting a conversation, presenting a perspective to say that this is what happened, and when this happened, this is how I handled it.
Oh.
And so the format was to have the children, my two daughters, ask questions about really the important things in life, the challenges that young people have to deal with, about, for example, race and sexuality and all of these big issues that pop up in the media from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to say, the approach was very deliberate, to have them ask the question, and then as a parent and an older adult, to provide guidance for them on these questions. So it is a lovely book. The Minister of Education, Dr. Rebecca Tortello, who was in charge of the parenting commission at the time, had said she wanted the book to be in every child's backpack because she found so much value in it.
Mm-hmm.
There was some transitional issue and that didn't happen, but I just say that to say it was a meaningful book and it served the purpose that I intended, which is why I want to update it and reissue it. So this Old House and Redneck Ties is my second.
Mm-hmm. And is it better second time around?
Well, a lot of lessons learned that I was able to apply. Definitely the title counts, for example. So I really love this title, much more so than I did the previous one. The original title was too long. It had a religious connotation that some people found confusing, but in truth and in fact, the reference to heaven was really about social justice, right? Because if you think of the Christian concept of heaven, and you think of our ideals as social justice advocates, it's really a place that is free from oppression. The goal of social justice is to eliminate all of these oppressive issues that, we face in life, especially when you belong to certain constituencies. And so I kind of did a metaphorical thing. It worked in some instance, and in some instances it didn't. So when the book is reissued, when the first book is reissued, it will have a title change. But I love the title, Old House and the Redneck Ties. I love this. I think it does the job.
Would you care to spell it out a bit for us, or is it supposed to remain intriguing?
No, I would love to spell it out. So, Old House, I was born in a little old house and in a village in South Manchester, which is also called Old House. Okay? And I point out in the book that Old House is, or it was not on the map, because it was just a small, really obscure place. And so you wouldn't have found it on the map. Interestingly, the editor of this book kind of latched on to this little village that is described in the book. And they set out, of course, he called her relatives in Jamaica, and they set out to find a map of Jamaica that actually had Old House on it. And he found it. So that's what the Old House means. But further, Mr. Malcolm, if you think, I don't know if you were born in a little old house like mine, but the symbolism is also about belonging, right? Because our houses are places where we're supposed to feel that sense of belonging and comfort and protection and so on. So I had all of this in my little old house. But by virtue of what they are, old houses are also quite problematic, So there's a dual thing about the comfort and the problems of living in little old houses that are inadequate.
Yes, you have to deal with chichi and related matters.
Oh Lord, I'm cooking lizards. I'm cooking lizards.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's that arc from old house, from where I was born, to where I am now in the United States, and what I kind of defined as the red necktie culture.
Yes.
Okay.
But you realize too that we might have to be mindful in how we pronounce, where we put the emphasis in pronouncing.
Right. All right. And if you're talking about ambiguity, that was quite deliberate. That is deliberate.
Yes.
You know? So I'm talking about that piece of attire that a lot of men wear, hangs around their neck. It tends to end in an arrow, and it points to a specific part of the male anatomy or anatomy, right? And so the symbolism.
Hold a moment. We'll come back to the symbolism in just a moment. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to make that 14 minutes to 8 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 4:46 a.m. in Anchorage, Alaska.
Whether you're overseas or in Jamaica, everybody wants their little piece of yard. Well, that's where a JMMB back mortgage comes in. With JMMB, you'll get more support, more incentives, more benefits, more coverage with JMMB insurance brokers. And also, we give you more time to repay. Your JMMB mortgage expert will answer all of your questions and guide you through every step along the journey. You're not alone with JMMB. Contact us at info@jmmb.com and learn how you can get more than just a mortgage.
Over the last 2 weeks, we've witnessed how 1 Quaker can full basket. Your small contribution has made a big difference in the lives of those who have been most impacted by Hurricane Beryl. And the drive continues, this time at the Cross Keys High School in South Manchester. We're collecting non-perishable food items, tin goods, water, toiletries, batteries, flashlights, whatever you can afford to assist our fellow Jamaicans in Manchester. Drop off at RGR Gleaner 32 Lyndhurst Road or at 7 North Street, Kingston by midday on Saturday, July 27. We are on the road to recovery. Together we can. We will make it happen.
Desperate can be done, so let's do it a little by a little.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, the Jamaican Diaspora, live online on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we continue our conversation with author Dr. Grace Virtue. She's a leadership development consultant. Who was it? Dr. Lakem Samaj, who gave us the term to use, not consultant, but resultant, or something to that effect. Anyway, serious business. So Dr. Grace Virtue has been sharing with us portions of her publication, Old House and Red Neckties. And we were at that ambiguous portion. Dr. Virtue. Let's pick it up from there. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so the subtitle is A Memoir of Race, Resilience, and Selfhood.
Mm-hmm.
And so so what it is dealing with does what a memoir does, take a specific portion of my life and talk about my experiences in those domains. And so it's the issue of race and the issue of resilience and selfhood. And that is where, that's a part of it where, you're looking at the barriers that people who were born in circumstances like mine are faced with, both in Jamaica. It's a huge part of what pushes us into migration. And then having migrated to the United States, you're really perpetually challenged by these issues of race and racism. I made the point in a book that I don't believe that the majority of Americans are racist, but it's a deeply racialized society, and it's impossible to escape the issue of race. There's the issue of sexism, which the redneck ties issue deals with that aspect of a society that projects on to Black people, onto women and people who are not born in wealth, protect the issue of dominance and, the attempts at aggression, the aggressiveness. And so that's kind of the redneck tie issue. I'm sure you can think of, just by observing from a distance, that this redneck tie thing is very prominent among certain sectors of the American society. So that's the arc of the book, Old House and Redneck Tie.
How does it feel to share your story without giving away too much, or sharing, if there is such a thing as sharing too much? Are you mindful of that, or it's neither here nor there?
In what sense?
In terms of, for example, well, I don't know if this was your personality, but in terms of normally introverted, or just not being the showy, talkative type, so to speak. But then something happens and you start to share, or you feel you have to share, so that share with others information about yourself, where you're from, etc.
Okay, yes, I get you totally. And believe it or not, Mr. Malcolm, there's a really deeply introverted aspect of my personality. Part of me that just wants to stay under the bed most days, a lot of the time. But my training is also, I'm trained as a journalist. I got excellent journalism training at Carmack. And the journalism is storytelling. Storytelling is power. And I recognized a long time ago the value of storytelling in preserving memory, in connecting people, and also inspiring people. And so writing in the memoir genre, it's particularly vulnerable because you're talking about aspects of yourself. But then you get to a point where, like you said, I realized that it's neither here nor there. Some people, for example, will appreciate like this book. A lot of people will connect to it. A lot of people will find value and inspiration. And a lot of people won't like it. And it's fine. It's fine if they don't, because their experience might differ, their perspective might differ, as it should, because we're different people. So I don't, at this point, I have no issue in sharing. I think the value of sharing is greater than not to share.
Mm-hmm. And how has it been in terms of feedback that what kind of feedback have you been getting since the publication or republication?
Okay, so this publication, it was just released 2 days ago. Officially released on July 25. I had gotten 30 advance review copies, and I've mostly given them away. I shipped a few to Jamaica, and I just gave them to myself here in the United States. The feedback has been excellent. The editorial reviews ahead of publication were great. And I noticed on Amazon this morning that there are 2 reviews. There's a 5-star review and there's a 4-star review. Both of them very good. So it hasn't started making its way into the public domain to a great extent as yet. But I expect it to generate a lot of good conversations.
Wonderful. And so the idea now then is to find the time to read so that you're able to experience some of the lessons and the thoughts and the ideas, etc.
Yeah, Mr. Malcolm, and it's timely in a way that I didn't quite anticipate because I wrote a lot about my experience in 2016 supporting the Hillary Clinton campaign and why it was important to, for the United States to finally elect a woman president and how exciting that was. I worked for 14 hours on election day and coming home very late afterwards, closed down the polling place and, did everything. And then coming home now, expecting to bask in the Clinton victory, only to find out that it was not to be. And of course, I was inspired by a specific set of circumstances. And I outlined those in the book, the challenges that women face in the United States that a lot of times you don't see reflected on TV, but it's reflected in our daily lives. When you're a Black woman and an immigrant, that's a triple layer of issues that you have to deal with. And suddenly we have Kamala Harris, who is Black. And by the way, people are saying that she's Black and South Asian, which genetically she is. But in her memoir, she says she is Black. And she says that she's Black because her Indian mother recognized when she was born in the 1960s that she'd probably be rejected by her own community. An Indian woman married a Black Jamaican man. So she said her mother knew that it was within the Black community that she would find grounding and acceptance. And so her mother raised them as Black. Now it's politically correct to say that she's Black and South Asian, which genetically she is, but socially and by her own admission and definition, she's Black. So we have all of these issues now, and there's a lot in the book that explains the challenges that Kamala has faced and that she will face in the elections coming up. And you can see that yourself, the attack on the way she laughs, just her personality and her persona. Because there's that thing in the culture that thinks that you're supposed to be a certain way. And that certain American way is really white. It's really around whiteness. So there's a white woman ideal. And she's not that. And so a lot of the challenges that have come at her are coming from that direction. And all of that is kind of laid out in the book from my own perspective, dealing with these issues in the workplace.
Mm-hmm. And do you imagine that the awaking the author in you, that once that awakening takes hold, then it will now set off a flow of publications going forward.
Well, that's an interesting way of putting it. But you know, Mr. Malcolm, I've always been an author. I've always written stories, and you know, I wrote for a long time for the Gleaner. You know, and I respect immensely the opportunity that I had to write stories for the Gleaner. I put a lot of value on that. I think sometimes as journalists, particularly in local space, we don't put enough value on the work that we do in the local space. I did, because I was very deliberate about the kind of stories that I wrote and what I wanted to accomplish from them. So I've always been an author. I was trained to the PhD level. You're expected to write, and I've done a lot of that. What I do have is a lot of unpublished work. And at this point in my life, I'm just accepting that, look, having your work sit on your computer is not doing anyone any good. So you have to find space to get them out there, because, like I said, you know, storytelling is important. Memory is important, and that's what storytelling is about, to connect people through memories and experiences. So yeah, this is the second book. It's not my last.
Okay. Well, we're going to leave it there for the time being, but thank you very much for spending some time with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. And
one quick thing, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes.
My book launch in Jamaica is on Emancipation Day at Regardless.
Oh, that's important information. Please go ahead. Yes.
Yes. So from 2 to 4 p.m. And people who are interested in attending, you can just go online. There's a sign-up sheet on Eventbrite. So just RSVP, because we need to control how many people are able to attend. So Emancipation Day in Jamaica, September 14 in Silver Spring. And then the book is currently on Amazon for people who are interested.
Okay.
So thank you so much, Mr. Malcolm, for allowing me to say that.
Sure, no problem. It's a pleasure to have you on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online, and we look forward to speaking with you again.
I thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Take care. This is
You're
your...
listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2 minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning. Here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means right now it is 3:03 p.m. in Cape Town, South Africa.
Here is a financial literacy tip from your friends at Power 106 FM. Understand, it's in your power to have a positive relationship with money. A change in our financial situation starts with a change in how we think about money. Clearing out any negative feelings like insecurity or fear about money can help remove the blockages that may prevent improving your financial well-being. Your relationship with money is not fixed. It's one that can evolve over your lifetime. 3 important things about the psychology behind your relationship with money. Money is about emotions, not just finance. Anxiety or avoidance of money issues may create a vicious cycle, and your upbringing may affect how you manage your money. With awareness, insight, and knowledge, you can start working to make empowered decisions about your money.
Hey Jamaica, That's a Wrap comes to you live from Cross Keys High this Sunday. Tune in to hear how you can help our brothers and sisters pick up the pieces after Hurricane Beryl. That's an extended version of That's a Wrap this Sunday, starting at 12:15 p.m. on Radio Jamaica and Power 106 FM.
Wherever you go, shine. In tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we are going to be joined any moment now by the president of the Atlanta Jamaica Association, Yvette Taylor Reynolds. Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Dervan. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. And thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on board the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. Thank you so much for being our guest in this segment. And thanks to Peter Gracie and the work that he's doing behind the scenes as well. So can you give us the background with respect to the annual Independence Ball? It feels like it's been going on forever.
Absolutely, absolutely. It feels that way to me as well. I've been a part of the association for approximately 15 years, and it's been going on before I came to Georgia. So indeed, what we do, we provide an atmosphere of celebration, a reflection of the Jamaican independence, just like back home on the island. And we also use it as an opportunity to give back to the young lives that are about to go into college. We provide scholarships, and we've been doing that since we started over, let me say, I'm going to round it up to 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And how would you characterize the evolution of this annual celebration?
It has been something that is expected every year.
Mm-hmm.
We do hold the event after the Jamaican event. So the second Saturday of every August is when we normally host the event. It's a black tie affair where people get the opportunity to dress up, be on a red carpet, and just celebrate the nation that we came from and that many of us still look back as our home country.
Mm-hmm.
Though we may not be in Jamaica, we have something that we're proud of. Our music, our singing, our dance, all of our art. So we use this opportunity to highlight those. And when you talk about evolution, we have had various performers here, and each year we try to give the island and the experience more exposure. So, for example, in the past, we have had the Fabulous Five Band here from Jamaica. This year, we have Roy Ryan, as you know, Dublin Festival, 4-time festival song winner. And that will bring some nostalgia as well as the fact that he performs cabaret in different genres of music. And then, of course, we have a hometown band, which is backed by popular demand, the SWAT band, and they'll be providing music from yesteryear to now. And then we have our DJ, which, you know, the Afrobeat, for example, one of the newer acceptable music that a lot of the young people like. So we have a DJ that is able to spin all the music from then till now. So there'll be a reflection for everyone, whether you like the traditional reggae, rhythm and blues, or just the newest sound. And the expectation continues without keynote speakers. Well, each year we try to present someone that will bring substance to the Caribbean or the Jamaican movement. And this year we have Kashaya Sword, who is the Global Teacher of the Year for 2021. And what that means is that she won the Nobel Prize for teaching. She did some work on the curriculum in Maryland for students who were of immigrant background. She customized it and revitalized it so that it would be more acceptable to their learning and learning style and relevant as well. And she was this year inducted in the National Teachers Hall of Fame here in the United States. So those are some of the things that are expected, and we maintain them, and then we're trying to enhance those. And our MC, of course, is Will Hart. He's a very comedic soul, very eloquent, and he will tie all of this together for us. And of course, people look forward to see who the scholarship recipients are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we reach out to the high schools in Jamaica and we ask them to apply. We use the word a robust process, and they apply and we interview them. They do an essay, and then we select the winners. And we do offer here to students of Jamaican heritage in Atlanta as well. So this year we're giving 11 scholarships, and that will be 8 coming out of the Jamaican high schools.
Mm-hmm. And is the number growing? Is it steady? Is it falling?
And you're referring to the scholarship?
Yes, in terms of the number of scholarships over the years.
So this year we decided to give just 11. And what we're urging the schools in Jamaica to do, we try to communicate with the counselors in the school, the guidance counselors, to encourage the students across the island to apply. So some years, based on funding, we give more, and this year we're giving 11.
Mm-hmm. And what's the general procedure? I mean, first of all, who are they, for want of a more sophisticated term, who are the targeted students in this initiative?
So the initiative targets students that are going into tertiary institutions, and what we have done is allow them to get some funding, whether it goes towards their books, their tuition, or their accommodation. So if they're going to UE, they're going to a university outside of Jamaica, because we find a lot do, or any other tertiary institution in the island. Those are the targeted students.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the cycle of this scholarship award, or these scholarship awards, in terms of the cycle, when does registration begin and where does it end?
So we send out the application information around February and near the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
And they submit their essay application. Then we have an interview, and then the selection is made. And we do that via Zoom or a telephone call for the Jamaican students.
Mm-hmm. And how would you describe the students you've interacted with over the years? Just the general energy between the students and the I don't want to call them scouts in terms of
the applicants.
The applicants, yes.
So let me put it this way, Dervan. So about 8 years ago, I said, why do I do this? I should just be relaxing at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, let me see. So these students are asked to do a video, since they're not here, that we present on the night of the ball.
Oh.
And I listened to their testimony, if I use that word, and tears came to my eyes. I remember this young man saying, I got accepted to UE. I didn't know where the first cent was coming from, but we were able to help him with what we could provide to get in. And I said to myself, yes. So over the years, the fund has helped. They can apply for student loans and so forth. But we have where, if it's their books, if it's just to complete a tuition or go halfway, this is helping them and they're excited for that. We recognize that the time frame that we have for the application coincides with a lot of them doing finals and exams. So for next year, we're looking at that so we can revamp our timeline to reflect what is going on within their lives at that time as well.
One moment, please. We need to take a time signal. We'll give you an opportunity to come back and complete the details you were sharing just now.
Okay.
Good. Thanks. In fact, let me keep it going for just a bit. An adjustment is being made. This is your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and our guest at this time is Yvette Taylor Reynolds. She is president of the Atlanta Jamaica Association. I'll just ask you if you could pick it up where you left off just now, Mrs. Taylor Reynolds.
Yes, Dervan, and you can call me Yvette. So indeed, we do look at the impact of our time frame, and we would love more people to submit their application, and we recognize the challenging time frame, so we'll be looking at that as well. One of the things that we're looking at is also we help them start their first year. Is do we pursue them and follow them through to complete that degree? So that's something that we're looking at. One good thing this year is that we had a student who spent 4 years at UWIC, and we started out helping, and then we had a group of members who continued to help her all the way through. She is now graduated from UWIC. She's an accountant, and she'll be a special guest at the ball this year to give a personal testimony of the road that we accompanied her through.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. All right. So in terms of the event itself, can you, for those of us who have never been, can you give us a feel and a sense of what it is like, the Atlanta Jamaica Association Independence Ball?
Absolutely. Myself, being a product of the Jamaica Cultural Development programs over the years, it's like I'm home, but here. It's an evening of festivity. So I'll just give you like a little bit of a program.
Yes.
The night before, we have a reception where people can meet people, meet the guest speaker, meet the guest performer, and we have, hors d'oeuvres and entertainment. So we kick off the night before, which is a Friday night, and this year that's August 9th. And then on August 10th, we kick off at 6 with the reception in the lobby at the hotel prior to opening the ballroom. And of course, we have our native food there as well as the American cuisine. And, we have a bar, we take photos, and we check in people. We open the ballroom, and you're given a 4-course meal, and then we give some speeches that reflect the scholarship and some of our sponsors and donors, and then we dance the night away. And that's what the people want. It's celebratory dancing and partying. And over the years, we've worked and given them at least 4 hours of that. So we're hoping that everything that we do runs in time, and I think it will. And we'll start off with a band. We'll have Roran. I'm sure you have heard it perform. And then we have the DJ as well. So it's one night of celebration, one night of partying, everybody in their best garb, and just people sharing the love of the country amongst ourselves and having the best time. And this year, we celebrate Jamaica's 62 years after. So 62 to 62, that's what we're pushing. And of course, the theme is one love to the world. And not only do we have Jamaicans, but we have Americans attending as well as other Caribbean islands.
What is the demand like for these scholarships?
The demands are pretty high because there's also a need. And the challenge we met, as I explained earlier, was the time that our application process started and ended. So with some research, we know what to improve. But we have young people here in the United States that have a need as well as the needs in Jamaica. So yes, there is a demand because there's a need for the funding.
And what's the cutoff point for tickets for your fundraiser, the Atlanta Jamaica Association Independence Ball?
So the ticket sales should cut off the day before. So we sell off the tickets. So right now we're appealing to everyone to get their tickets. We do have some tickets left. They're going, but we do need to have some additional sales to close out our goal. This year our goal is to have 400 people there celebrating 62 and the awards for the scholarship as well.
So the numbers are usually in the hundreds.
Yeah, so normally, like with Bring Top 5 in, we've had like 800 people.
Whoa.
Jamaica, yes, which was a special year. We had approximately 672 people. On the years like this year, when we're not celebrating a diamond or a platinum year, we try to match the numbers. So this year, our goal is 400 people.
Okay. And what about corporate entities in the diaspora and the need for supporting the event itself? What is that like? Is it a healthy, rich relationship? No pun intended. Please, sorry.
So traditionally, we have people that sponsor, and here in Atlanta, we have the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and they have been, and that's to the city of Atlanta, they have been a major donor over the years. We have a gentleman who's out of Portland, but he has a business here. He lives here. GB Roofing, he's a roofer. He's been a traditional sponsor over the last few years. We have materials, MME. It's an electrical firm and contracting firm. They have donated, and they donate as support. And then, of course, we have PNC Bank here in Atlanta. And, of course, our own JN Money and Couples Resort. We have the Golden Cross brand as well this year. So we do have people that are traditional donors, and then we will get new donors as well. We have people that will donate through advertising in our annual souvenir journal, which we provide. And we have companies like Victoria Mutual that does do that as well. Our shipping companies here, such as Caribbean Shipping, Meyer Shipping, La Parkin, and the vast array of restaurants. So we do raise funds from the journal through their advertisement.
Yes.
So indeed, we need sponsors, whether they're from Jamaica, whether they're from the United States, but our national brand, you know, as I said, like JN Victoria Mutual, couple Grace have donated in the past. We have a company called Backfood. They have partnered with us, some in cash, some in kind. But we do need the support. We originally asked for the support, but we also have had people like Panton Equity from David Panton that has donated, you know, over the years. So those are some of the major sponsors that have come in
Yes.
over the years and again this year.
And I would imagine your hands are already full and have been full. How did you manage when you realized what had happened in Jamaica in terms of Hurricane Beryl and having to pivot as the COVID-19 era uh, likes to emphasize, those of the era, to pivot to then offer help to those here in Jamaica and elsewhere in the diaspora.
So Dervan, excellent redirect right here. So one of our sponsors over the year is the Jamaica Tourist Board.
Okay.
So when that hurricane headed towards Jamaica, it really, as you would say, put a spoke in the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had to redirect their attention to different things.
Yes.
But for us, our people are resilient. If there's a word that came out of the COVID, that's the word. We're resilient.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have laws. We kick off our Independence Week with a cultural show where we have local performers come out and showcase their talent. This year, that's going to be on August 4th. However, Farrell jumped in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do, we are collecting supplies for Jamaica. We have partnership with the Golden Crust restaurant in Houston, here in Atlanta. We drop off the barrels and different places, different churches. So we're collecting stuff like care kits, you know, toothpaste, toothbrush, the necessary things. So we have a list from the Office of Disaster Preparedness in Jamaica that we're circulating. I've met with the Red Cross, and one of the demands are for mattresses amongst cleaning, you know, other things like cleaning supplies. So we're collecting funds and we're collecting products and goods to send to Jamaica as well. This morning, one of our members is in another location, starting at 11 in the Stone Mountain, Litonia area, and we'll be having a promotion there on the Hurricane Drive, the ball, and the cultural show as well. So it didn't stop us. It just made us more resilient and more determined because we love our island home. And we have family members there, whether they're first generation, second generation. So we are collecting and, you know, making sure that we get the help that people need. So I understand you're in St. Elizabeth, correct?
Sorry, say that again.
I understand that you're out in St. Elizabeth today.
That was yesterday. Yesterday.
Oh, yes.
All over St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Westmoreland, Clarendon. Yes. So
right. So
go ahead.
One of our goals is to target one of the most hit parishes, which is St. Elizabeth, and to help, you know, collect funds so we can assist with getting those people that lost their home, some mattresses through through the Red Cross and Food for the Poor.
Mhm. Yeah, well, we salute you and other members of the diaspora who continue to keep our people back home in your hearts and minds. And we're looking forward to more than just pivoting, but just building the resilience even more. So we're
Yes,
gonna,
thank you for that.
yes, and thank you, and wishing you a successful fundraiser and all the other initiatives that you have planned, that they will go well.
Thank you, Dervan. And we keep saying this every year. One year you're going to be here with us.
That's very kind of you. Looking forward to that.
All right, Dervan. We appreciate you. And of course, thank you for having us and or having me and for the platform here. We appreciate you as well.
Likewise, many happy returns.
Thanks. You have a wonderful day.
Same to you and yours.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Take care. This is the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we just ended our conversation with President of the Atlanta Jamaica Association, Yvette Taylor Reynolds, ahead of their Independence Gala coming up. There's more after the break.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
8:31 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32, Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it's 6:31 a.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Attention all teachers, parents, and students. Are you ready for back to school? Well, come on out and join Power 106 FM
from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
for a live outside broadcast from the RGR Gleaner Communications Group Back to School Bazaar, Saturday, July 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Tune in to Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, go-jamaica.com, or on the One Spot Media app. That's Saturday, June 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Come out in your numbers and have a great time. This broadcast is brought to you by Chris and Charles. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Overseas Examination Commission, Jamaica's Examinations Hub, Kendall. The Taste of Quality, Digicel Foundation, Sammy's Shoe Store, The Shoe People, Ministry of Health and Wellness, HPV for the MPV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Wherever you go, in tribute to Jamaicans in the diaspora, wherever you go, you shine. You make us proud. Despite our challenges at home, you never give up on us. Our sincere thanks. Wherever you go, shine. You need to know, shine. Anything you want. Shine. Oh, shine. Shine.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, both the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and earlier on we were sharing information on particular events from early this morning, and we have been featuring upcoming events as well. And right here in Jamaica, the Hanchards, are having their what they call Family Friend Dance scheduled for the 3rd of August 2024 at Mount Regal Primary School in St. Mary. The MC, Mr. Dwight Sanderson. Lots of games, prizes, and surprises. The main prize, US dollars. Food and fun activities all day and night. Everything is free, they tell us. And so the Hanchards Family Friend Dance and Care Connect Health Fair will be held on the 3rd of August at the Mount Regal Primary School building in St. Mary. As we're told it's going to be a fun-filled day with meet and greet prizes, including a main prize of US dollars, surprises, back to school supplies, musical entertainment, games, and delicious foods. All you need to bring is your best behavior, they say. Everything is everything. The local farmers are encouraged to have a pop-up farmers market. The health fair is dubbed Health Connect, and that will be facilitated by registered nurses from the USA, doctors from public health nurses, and dentists from right here in Jamaica. And they're encouraging all of us to come out and be informed. Mr. Hanchard is joining us now. Mr. Owen Hanchard. How are you, sir? Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks. It's good to talk with you.
Very much here too.
Yes, I hear you are planning quite a Kappa Wampus celebration.
Okay. Yeah, I support the mood. Whichever way you hear it, I support it. That's true.
Is this the...
Am I on here? Or I'm just talking to you?
Come on, we're live. We're live.
You're live. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So is this the first year you're holding that event?
No, it's actually going into the 3rd year, but it's the 2nd year that it's being held at this location.
Mm-hmm. And what prompted it? Why did you decide to start hosting an event of this nature?
Okay, let me give you a brief history.
Yes.
Actually, I am from Montreal in St. Mary, where I was born at. Every year, we usually have a little family thing for the family. We are invite the community to come in and share, greet, and socialize. Now we have realized that it has got bigger and it could not be accommodated at my mother's residence any longer. So we opted to take it. There is an abundant school in the district, Montreal Primary School, which was shown up, and a lot of shrub with green grass and trees and everything was going up there. So we opted to clean the place. We started with some Labor Day project, and we have brought it to some level of habitation where we can enjoy the place. And we have moved the function there. We have it every August, the first Saturday. And we invite the whole community to come. We greet. It's about giving back. The Hanson family, and we have been supported by some good citizens around the area. We have been doing a whole lot. And some persons who have gone out the district and are overseas and so on. We come together, and every year it's been done. This year, what makes the difference is that we have decided to put on it a health fair. And we have invited all the elderly love kids and everybody to come in. We have been there dentists, doctors, and healthcare workers there to hold session with them and do active things on spot to show them how they can better their health affair and so on.
Yes.
So when we started, we take in mind taking the less fortunate, and we have last year we would have given out a lot of back to school things to kids who we have seen who we look at as being less fortunate, and we have seen the success of it. Kids have been doing better in school and so on and so forth. But we still need some support. And now that I have had the chance of speaking to you, I feel so elated because I know you have enough substance and everything with your program, but I've never had the chance of being on it before. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, we're happy to be able to share the airtime with you. We recognize that you are doing your best to make a difference, and we never like to stand in the way of people making a difference. Once people are willing, you want to give them latitude to be able to achieve the particular goal at hand. So we're happy about that component of the event.
Yeah, that is so much looked at by us as well. We think that education is going to take us forward. I mean, there are some guys who have lost their way, and we are trying to bring them back to the fore to make them realize that there's another way out and they can enjoy life. We have been doing the best that we can and trying from all avenues that we can also.
Mm-hmm. So how about the support? Who are the people who come out to support you and your family, even as you reciprocate that support?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of persons who would have attended the school when it was in session. Some people do not want to leave because they work in the background, but we have some really good figures around the place here. All people who would have gone from the district here.
But tell us the story of the school, though. What, if you're able to?
The school, yes, I can. The school, as it is here now, it's a church building. The school used to be held at a church location, but some time ago before I was there, and a hurricane destroyed, and this piece of land that is out now was donated by somebody by the name of Mrs. Lifer, who used to own the property, and they gave this piece of land to the church. Now, the church, in connection with the Ministry of Education, I would have thought, and that's what I heard. They built the school here. The church built the school, and the Ministry of Education was administered it, but because the dropout level and they could not afford, it was not very economical to run the school with the amount of kids that they have. So the school was locked down, and the kids that were there went to other places. Because it was thrown up, it was vandalized in all different means. They took away all the things, take out the windows, and everything. And as I did say, we opted to start it back. And we came here, we put about 2 minutes, paint up the building, fix some water system, and get some current inside here. So the community now has it for themselves to do whatever function they have to get people gelling together. And I've been speaking to all the communities in the precincts of where the school is, that they have to come and use it, enjoy it, see it as a community center. I'm in the process of acquiring it now, but I have approached the church. I asked them to let me have a lease on it, but they say they're not going to do it. But as it is, I can go and do what we have to do until the church is trying to get rid of it. I don't know how feasible that is or what it is, but that's not really my concern. They have given me the option to be like an interim owner to the place, if there's such a word. And I'm trying my best to get it fixed that the persons in the community can really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
This place has so much potential. I should have told you earlier on that we are also working on a foundation, and this will give us some more latitude to be like more supportive to people, have a wider scope that we can operate from. Because there are some persons who are in the diaspora overseas that they want to send things here, for betterment of the district and everything. But they do have the route. So one of the things that we are looking at now, the paperwork are in, and in short order, we want to think that this thing will reach fruition, whereby the foundation will come on board, and then we can have more latitude to do things.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And we need to take a break. Just hold a moment, please. One moment.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 9 o'clock in the morning here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means it is 6:45 p.m. in Aktau, Kazakhstan.
Attention all teachers, parents, and students. Are you ready for back to school? Well, come on out and join Power 106 FM
from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
for a live outside broadcast from the RGR Green Communications Group Back to School Bazaar, Saturday, July 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Tune in to Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, go-jamaica.com, or on the One Spot Media app. That's Saturday, June 27 at Dervan House South Lawn. Come out in your numbers and have a great time. This broadcast is brought to you by Chris and Charles. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Overseas Examination Commission, Jamaica's Examinations Hub, Kendall, The Taste of Quality, Digicel Foundation, Sammy's Shoe Store, The Shoe People, Ministry of Health and Wellness, HPV for the MPV. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Over the last 2 weeks, we've witnessed how 1 Quaker can full basket. Your small contribution has made a big difference in the lives of those who have been most impacted by Hurricane Beryl. And the drive continues, this time at the Cross Keys High School in South Manchester. We're collecting non-perishable food items, tin goods, water, toiletries, batteries, flashlights, whatever you can afford to assist our fellow Jamaicans in Manchester. Drop off at RGR Gleaner 32 Lyndhurst Road or at 7 North Street, Kingston by midday on Saturday, July 27. We are on the road to recovery. Together we can. We will make it happen.
It's work can be done, so let's do it a little by little. Wherever you go,
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. And Owen Hanchard has been sharing with us the details having to do with an abandoned, a seemingly abandoned educational institution for want of students, but nonetheless using the space to engage the community. And so that's what we've been talking about in this final segment of the Jamaican Diaspora live online. Mr. Hanchard, thank you for holding.
Yes, sir.
Just pick up where you left off for us, please.
Yes, I was telling you about the foundation that is being formed.
Yes.
And, we want to have a better latitude of doing things for the community, the schools, the church, and the community as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so that's something that will soon take shape or to be manifested. So we have to look out for that one.
Yeah, that is. We were trying to let we were trying to do get the paperwork done, to have the thing established at this functional treatment having on Saturday. But for some reason it has not been completed. So we have to decide on another day when we're gonna have the launch, it. But the paperwork is almost completed. And as I did say, we were trying to work on it to have the launch in at this function that we're having on Saturday. But it did not go as planned.
Well, tell us some more about the function itself, how you normally carry out this function.
Well, this function, it has been advertised. Everyone who hears it and knows where the place is invited. We have games for the kids, bumps about and all those things. Elderly can come and reconnect and connect and stay connected with former schoolmates and all those things. So we have teachers who taught at the school. I can recall last year, I felt so good because a teacher who had taught me in grade 3, she and I were standing in the classroom, and she was so elated. So am I to have been back here in giving back to the community, reconnected, and we are staying connected with each other now. The place is open. The function it's hard. Everything is free. And we have a gate prize going there, which anyone wins the gate prize gonna get a few $100. And we have some gifts, we have prizes and surprises. But as I did say, the main thing that we have on it now is this health here, because we are about wellness and health as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it is everyone in around the precincts and the area who are listening now can come and enjoy themselves. Everything is free, as I say. Drinks, food, entertainment, and everything. You name it.
Mm-hmm. I see. All right. Well, we're happy for you that you and the members of your community are still able to keep the community nice and calm and connected. Very important.
I appreciate the time you give so very much.
Right. So the event will run from what time to?
Well, we have asked for permission from the respective authorities to have it run from 10 to 10. So it's gonna be a day and partially night thing. But this is let me not leave out this. We will be all of us here from the Hanshards supporting the church. And so we are going to make a presentation to the church, and we want to invite anybody else from the district to join that church service as well. And it's something that is on our agenda every year. After we have a function, we go to the church and support them in whatever ways we can.
Okay. All right. Well, long may that continue, and we'll be tracking your progress as you continue to play your part in keeping the community together.
Okay, I appreciate that so much. But I just wouldn't want to go without thanking everybody, every single person who has had some input in this. The whole community, people have supported, people have made donations. Although we can never get enough donations because we have bills to deal with to get things going. But thanks to the persons who have made it possible and have contributed to this gesture. And we hope that it will only get bigger every year.
Yes. All right. Well, we wish you all the success that life has to offer, and trust that you'll continue to have a successful venture, a successful event going forward.
Thank you very much, sir.
But for those, before you go, for those who are not sure where the action is, where will you be operating from? Mm-hmm.
It's St. Mary Montreal Primary School. It's in the people know already Richmond prison. It's in southeastern St. Mary. I mean, anyone who's coming, just Google Montreal United Church, and you'll take them to the school before they get to the church. The church is like a main mart for the district.
Okay.
And they have the signs showing leading to the location.
Yeah, that should help. Good.
Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mr. Hanchard. All the very best.
You're absolutely welcome, sir, and I thank you very much, and I wish you well in all your endeavors.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Take care.
Have a good day.
Yeah. You too. Bye-bye. And that's it for this segment of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. Let's just do a quick a quick roundout of some of the messages that have been popping up on screen. Hello to Olimar Pressful. Morning to you. Thank you for tuning in. And let's clear some of the other messages before time runs out. Let's see who we have here. Velta Wilson says, good morning, Mr. Malcolm and listeners at home and abroad. Good morning, Velta Wilson. Sylvia Myers says, good morning, Dervan. Happy Saturday. Same to you, Sylvia Myers. Six Without Heels says, good morning, Dervan, family and friends in beautiful Jamaica. Birthday shout out to Selena Hunt, celebrating in Jamdown. Love, Gaia. Hi, Gaia. Happy birthday to you. Paulette Richards says, good morning. Have a blessed day. Blessed day to you too, Paulette Richards, out of Florida. Good to hear from you. Nikki Ralph says, just look at our current U.S. president-elect. Just look at our current U.S. president-elect in the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris. She's a Howard University alum and of Jamaican descent. We could be impacting the next Kamala Harris. Please support our initiative, says Nikki Ralph. And let's see. Oh, the website for J1 has been posted by Nikki Ralph. That's Jamaica Howard University Affinity Network, J1. Valerie Weller-Peck, good morning to you too. Thank you for tuning in. Andrea Townsend is joining us as well. Good of you to join us, Andrea Townsend. Inez Iona Campbell is not too far away. She says a pleasant Saturday morning to everyone. And pleasant Saturday morning to you too. Norman Hines says, good morning, Sir Dervan, Malcolm, and listeners all of and in the Jamaican diaspora. Greetings to you too, Norman Hines. Robert Shaw Sr. says, good morning, President Yvette Taylor Reynolds. And that's the president of the Atlanta Jamaica Association. Maxine, she is Reverend Dr. Maxine Osborne Foster. Good morning to you as well. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Jamaican Diaspora live online on Power 106 FM. And we thank you very much for tuning in and being a part of the experience. And we look forward to your continuing support to the program, both, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online and both sides of the story. And of course, we look forward to your continuing support from in terms of patronizing the other programs on the station and by extension, the other programs that make up the RGR Gleaner Communications Group. So as we get ready to wrap, we want to, Peter Gracie says, good morning, Mrs. Reynolds. Thank you for serving, is it? And thank you for your work behind the scenes as well, Peter Gracie of This Is Jamaica. Good to have you on board as usual, and all the very best. And so can we thank you once again for the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. All things being well, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online returns next Saturday. But first, let's say a big thank you to Celise Pinnock. Yesterday, I think we neglected to say thanks to Jesse Blake, who was on location with us in St. Elizabeth. And thanks as well to Shandell Forbes for his work on today's edition of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. And as we said, all things being well, the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online returns next Saturday. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
Thank you for joining.
I didn't say thanks, Elise, did I? Did I say thanks to you? Okay, just checking.
To Power 106 FM. The time is now 9 o'clock.
Making your radio sound
Hello.
better. This is Power 106.
Bye.